Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a balloon stand for all of your city building needs. Ding, 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 ding. If you enjoyed this tutorial and you are new around here, please do consider subscribing to the channel for more tutorials. Click that little bell next to the subscription button and that'll ensure that you get all of my stuff sent directly to your sub box. But without any further ado, let's get started. So just before we start building everybody, here are all of the materials that you are going to need to make your balloon stand. I have included all of the materials that you will need except for the concretes that you will need for the balloons. I will provide you a rough estimate of how many balloons we're going to be making, but I really want you guys to choose the colours, and the system to make the large cluster of balloons is very random, so there is an element of self-building in this that I can't really help you out with, but that's roughly how many of each item you are going to be requiring. The amount of space required to make the build is a simple 4-block area on the ground just in a row. Feel free to make this in your world if you like. And that's it. Pause the video if you have to. Make sure that you have all that stuff. Make sure you got enough room to make it. Make sure you're ready. And once you are, we can begin. Step 1, floating friends. Come all the way over to the right hand side of your tiny little grid, if you've made it. We want to, on top of this very right hand block, place a sideways facing, open spruce wood fence gate. In front of this, we want to place upside down oak wood stairs. In front of that, we want to place opposite facing upside down oak wood stairs. On the end of that stair, we want to place an oak wood slab. On both sides of the first oak wood stair, we want to place oak trapdoors. These are the handles to the cart, the trapdoors are the wheels, and the rest is just the stand. On top of the right side of the stand, we're going to place a spruce fence. On the middle part of the stand, we're going to place an end rod. I'm going to get rid of all of the wooden and end rod materials except for the spruce fence. And I'm going to grab some colours for balloons. You can pick a colour and place it on top of the end rod. I'm going to go with a traffic light sort of deal, so I'm starting with red. So, you guys all know this if you've ever had a balloon and it comes on like one of those little plastic sticks. That's what we're simulating here. The rest of the balloons are on strings. The second balloon that I want to place, which can be made in any colour, is a yellow balloon, and it wants to be above and to the left of the red balloon. So one row higher, one row back, one row to the left, and then back again, we are going to have another balloon. And you can place a stick underneath it in the form of a spruce fence. We're going to have another balloon. This is going to be lime. It's going to be above, in front of, and to the right, like this. So it should end up roughly about here. You can place this anywhere. You can make it wander off to the right one, or back, or forwards. It doesn't matter too much. It's completely up to you. So we're now going to stick a spruce fence underneath it. You guys might be familiar with how you actually make the strings for the balloons, as it is a common building strategy, but here we go. We're going to dig just behind the cart here, in the ground, 2 rows. We're going to stick a chicken in the ground, lead, cover up that little hole there. So basically, that is a balloon that is attached to the ground, or it looks as though it's actually attached to the cart. And we can do this again, so you can either do it like right here, or you can just do it next to it, and the chickens can be friends with each other if you like. So we'll attach a lead and then a lead to the fence. And that is the same thing that we're going to be doing to the large cluster of balloons. You could quite happily, if you wanted to, just leave this as it is. But we are going to build directly up from the spruce fence on top of the car, and we're going to just place some balloons. So I'm going to figure out where I want the first balloon to be. The first balloon, I think, wants to start in the large cluster. It's going to just be one row above and inwards diagonally from this green balloon. So this is going to be the bottom of the balloons, okay? And then I want to build up some balloons around it. I want to make this shape. This is going to be, for a lack of a better term, a prison for the chicken. So you're just going to want to build something that should look a little bit like this, right? You can figure out colors later. We want to be able to put our chicken inside of here, lead, and then all the way down to the spruce, the spruce fence. However, I noticed that it's actually got a bit of a kink in it, which is like a little bit weird. So, shall we try this again? Mr. Chicken. Okay, so if I attach the lead... You don't want a lead? The lead is still attached. Oh, but the kink is on the back now. That is perfectly fine. That's fine. Quite oftentimes, you won't actually have that. I'm not quite sure why it's done that. But, crisis averted. We can cover up that with another balloon. So we can get rid of everything now that isn't concrete. So we have a load of concrete. We want to just build up a cluster of balloons. There's no better way to do this, I think, than just simply experimenting. You can figure out the shape first, you can then figure out the colours second. So something like that doesn't look too bad. Perhaps if it was a little bit taller. So again, I know that the colours are overlapping a lot, but we can sort that out in a bit. Maybe we even want it to, do we want it to stick out a little bit more like that? It really doesn't matter. The point is, you want to keep adding balloons to your cluster of balloons until you're quite happy with them. That is a little bit strange. I think that the chicken perhaps needs... Oh, okay, never mind. That you know what? That's a problem that I don't think is a problem. As a matter of fact, the fact that the string is swaying, I think makes it look as though it's a little bit more realistic. It's kind of like moving with the wind almost. I don't mind that. So, now that we kind of have a shape down, and I'm not too unhappy with that shape, all we have to do is make sure that we don't have too many duplicates. So for instance, we've got 2 magentas here, so why don't we add a red here instead? We've got a lot of yellow going on with the front, why don't we add a white? So you're going to want to keep doing that until you're quite happy with the result. I mean, as long as you're happy with how the balloons look, and I think that doesn't look too bad. There's a lot of yellow and orange there. There is quite a bit of repetition here, but I'm not too displeased with that. Maybe just one additional balloon down here. What can this be? Maybe this can be a red balloon. And that, I think that is my finished product, ladies and gentlemen. So keep messing about with your balloons until you're happy with the shape. I'm quite happy with that myself. So this is what the balloon stand will look like once it has been 100% fully completed. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please do remember to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and of course, click that little bell if you haven't got notifications turned on. That'll ensure that you get all of my videos sent directly to your sub box. If you want to make any more city-related builds by me, and you can see examples of some of them in the background, check out the card system, the description below, and the top of the comment section for the City Builds playlist. I think that you guys will enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!